you out in Richardson last week?
Yes, I was.
Glad you're here tonight. You took me up on it.
My first comment is, I don't believe you answered the lady's question about what to do about her.
Yes, ma'am, I
Just a
did.
comment, and I think she really needs some help.
Let me respond real quick to it, please. She's looking for a plan that is jammed up, that is in failure mode right now, that quite likely may not happen. We may not get a health care bill out with a public option to take care of her husband, and she may be stuck. She may have run away a race and no end. I think that the people, anybody that agrees with this should go back to the president and say, Mr. President, we're the reason why you were doing this. Don't get all these people involved in it. Don't get all those people involved in it. Get the few of us that are involved. And I gave her some words of wisdom, and I hope she'll do that. And the president will make a plan that is this big rather than this big. And that's the best advice I can give her, because there is no answer to go tomorrow and just fix it. But this plan that the president's pushing quite likely may not pass.
Yay!
So that was my answer to her.
Yeah, so I honestly don't want to debate you about that, but really in the current system, what can be done about someone like that when the insurance companies will refuse to cover you if you have a pre-existing condition?
Yeah.
It's just,
Let's be real honest about this. It is an area of reform.
Yes.
Let's also be honest about this, because it could happen to me or anybody else. You could be on insurance. You could be on insurance for 30 years and then something would happen.
Right.
We need an opportunity to have reform in insurance. And that's what we ought to have.
That's
but
right.
It doesn't happen, once again in my opinion, by just killing insurance.
Right.
And that's what this president is. So what we ought to do is we ought to decide that we're going to sit down, and there are some reasonable Republicans, despite what some people may think, who want to sit down. I've done this. I've passed big legislation before. I passed controversial legislation, and I started by going on the other side of the aisle and grabbing 8 or 10 of them and 8 or 10 more of my guys. And we sat down and we took each other and said, are you for this? Will you go for that? How about this? How about doing it another way? This president, when we sat down with him, the Republican leadership in January, the president said he wanted to meet with us. You know what happened at the meeting? He said, we won, you lost, thank you very much. That's an exact quote from the president. After we thought we were coming with a white flag to say, how can we work together?
Well, we all know that there isn't a bill yet. There are some ideas about
There is a bill. There's 5.
And I believe the president is trying to do this bit for bipartisanship, so I don't know how successful he will be. My second comment, though, is it seemed to me, Pete, that you answered this nice lady, you answered part of her question by indicating that, seeming to imply that the reason her husband lost his job was because there was a crisis created and a huge deficit, and jobs are being destroyed because of, I'm guessing it was the bank bailout and the stimulus package.
Okay.
And I think, so I guess I didn't understand what you meant by that.
It was directly to the point that Vice President Biden said, we guessed, and we guessed wrong.
Yeah. Right. You betcha. You betcha.
We guessed, and we guessed wrong.
Okay, so
we were told, I was there, we have to do this massive program so that unemployment does not go from here to here. It has now gone from here to here. And yes, ma'am, I do lay that delta directly at their feet.
stimulus package, things would be much worse than
Well,
they are
let me
today.
No!
Let me give you the facts of the case. The facts of the case are simple. Facts of the case are simple. When we were told we did tax cuts, all these rich people got all this money.
Yeah.
And we had jobs.